The vagus nerve is the longest nerve in the human body. It starts at the base of your skull and wanders through your body, bypassing the spinal column and innervating most of your major organs. In fact, in people with uteruses and cervixes, the vagus nerve innervates our cervix and our uterus and is responsible for a very specific flavor of orgasm. So the vagus nerve, according to the polyvagal theory, the vagus nerve has two branches: the ventral vagal pathway, which innervates the heart and the lungs and the upper body area, the throat, and then the dorsal vagal pathway, which innervates the lower half of the body. When it comes to defensive responses, such as fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, the dorsal vagal pathway, the lower vagal pathway, is the one responsible for the freeze response, whereas the fight and flight response are part of the sympathetic nervous system. So here's the thing. Defensive responses are necessary. They are part of how human beings have evolved over millennia to stay safe, to be aware in their environment, to protect themselves from danger and injury. The problem is that the culture that we live in is constantly giving messages to our nervous system that we're under threat. And in some cases, in today's day and age, many of us are actually under threat. So we're constantly in this fight, flight, or freeze defensive response. That's okay when we are in immediate danger, we need that, but we don't want to be in fight or flight when we're in bed. We don't want to be in fight or flight when we're trying to relax and have a good time, and we certainly don't want to be in fight, flight, or freeze when we're trying to be intimate and connected with a partner. So how do we go from fight, flight, freeze, defensive response into our relaxed, happy, and available for connection response? Well, this is where tantric breathing comes in. So our breath is our gateway to the present moment. Our breath gives us the capacity to actually hack into our nervous system and facilitate the desired response. For example, I'm sure you've heard this. If you're angry or triggered, the guidance is to pause and take 10 deep, slow breaths. That's because when we're triggered, we're in a fight or flight response. And when we take 10 deep, slow breaths, we're kicking the nervous system back into a more relaxed and more balanced and more available for connection response. So this is the power of our breath. At the Institute, we teach several different tantric breathing methods that can help us engage with, tone, and enhance the ventral vagal pathway. Specifically, we teach the ocean breath as taught to me personally by Tantric yogini Carla Tara. So I was Carla Tara in 2009 transmitted the ocean breath to me directly, somatically, and an embodied transmission. And she gave me permission to teach and share this method with other people. And part of our certification training program is not just teaching our students the ocean breath, but ensuring that they are effectively able to teach it to other people, that their teaching is correct, it's on point, and that their students will experience the nourishing and healing effects of this profound and powerful tantric yogic breathing method. So it's really important, in my opinion, for you in the market, as a consumer in the market, exploring Tantra and exploring different breathing styles. It's very, very important to make sure that the person that you're working with is qualified to effectively teach you this method. Learning the ocean breath when you're not from an unqualified practitioner isn't necessarily going to hurt you, but it's not going to give you the results that you're looking for, and you're not going to get that ventral vagal activation that you're seeking. And of course, it's much better to learn methods from people who are actually qualified and certified to teach you. So that's my spiel on tantric breathing and the vagus nerve. I highly recommend it.